Student friends, in yesterday's lecture we completed the fourth topic, that is radio receiver and television communication. Student friends, today we are going to begin with last topic of your syllabus, and that is topic number 5, referred as telephone communication. Friends, try to remember we are continuing with paper number 12. Title of the paper is electronic communication. In that, today we are going to begin with topic number 5. Name of the topic is telephone communication. Dear students, we are well aware with the telephone. You are well aware with mobile. And by using them, one can transmit our acoustic sound signal from one unit to the another telephone unit. Thus, in short, we can say the transmission of acoustic sound signal from one telephone unit to the other telephone unit with the help of telephone exchange is known as telephone communication. Especially tele means far away, phone means sound. For a long distance, sound signal is to be transmitted and received, and that process of transmission and reception of acoustic sound signal from one unit to the another unit, obviously again try to remember with the help of the telephone exchange, that is known as the telephone communication. Nothing to state more about this particular type of communication, because we are, most of us, starting from small child up to the old age person, is using the mobile in present day. But telephone is known to be, to some of the persons of the age around about 40 to 50 years. Because in present day sounds communication, mobiles are widely used. But prior to some 5 to 10 years back, telephone communication is playing the very vital role to transmit the signal between two terminals by using the telephone exchange. And BSNL was playing the very vital role to undergo this particular type of communication. Even nowadays, the systems are being used for the purpose of communication. But as a being, the mobile units are going to be generated. These units are replaced by means of an them. Friends, let us begin with this particular topic with our plan. We are going to proceed to complete this particular topic, that is topic number 5, telephone communication, by this particular our lecture plan. At the beginning, we are going to introduce our topic in the introduction. Then we are going to study the principle of telephone communication. We are going to study the handset, means terminal, means telephone unit, what exactly it consists of. Then we are going to study the local loop, means how our handset is used to communicate with the telephone exchange locally. Then we are going to study the different telephone tones, which has the particular meaning to be recognized by the subscriber. Then we are going to study the DTMF dialer, dual tone multi-frequency dialing unit, which is presently we are using even on the mobile unit also. Then we are going to study why telephone exchange is needed. Is sound communication it is possible without telephone exchange? That we are going to study under the title known as need of telephone exchange. Then we are going to study electronic telephone exchange block diagrammatically. If possible, we are going to study the value added services. Means in addition to acoustic sound signal communication, if you pay some additional money to the telephone exchange, it is going to provide some additional services on the telephone unit. So those are called as the value added services. Let us proceed further to deal with the introduction. Just now we have utilized that a telephone system in which the information is passed from one subscriber to the other subscriber whenever required with the help of the telephone exchange. Means obviously telephone communication, it is a system in which the information is passed, transferred in the form of acoustic sound signal from one subscriber to the other subscriber whenever we require, obviously with the help of telephone exchange. Subscriber means all of the communicators which are having a telephone unit are paying the money to the telephone exchange and getting the facility of communicating the sound signal. So all them one can call it as the subscribers, and only those are the subscribers, they are going to get the facility of exchanging the information in the form of acoustic sound signal from one unit to the other unit with the help of telephone exchange, and this process itself is known as the telephone communication system. It uses the terminals. Terminals means telephone unit. Then transmission link. Transmission link means a wire, a cable which is connected between our terminal and that of telephone exchange. And last one is the telephone exchange. Means telephone unit, transmission link and telephone exchange combinedly forms the telephone communication system. Telephone link provides unbroken two-way transmission. Contact between two subscribers is known as the circuit switching system, because once the circuit between two telephone, once the connection between two telephones is established, it remains established throughout the call period. So that's why it is called as the switching system. What is the role of telephone link? Telephone link provides the unbroken two-way transmission contact between two subscribers. Means it connects two subscribers with each other by means of a telephone link with the help of circuitry known as a switching system. And the role of switching system is to connect two subscribers with each other continuously till the communication is over. Communication is going to be completed throughout the call period. So that function is being done by means of a telephone link. Such a system, one can call it as it is the telephone system. Let us begin with principle of telephone communication. Just to understand the principle of telephone communication, one can say it is a system by which the speech communication between 2 points can be carried out. Means it is a system that is used to carry out the speech communication or information in the form of acoustic sound signal or conversation between the two persons, between the 2 points, with the help of telephone link, telephone unit and telephone exchange. This is done by converting speech signal into electrical current, which are then sent through the telephone line to the distant receiver, which reproduces the sound waves from these currents. Means how it is done? The person who is speaking that particular speech, a verbal sound, is going to be converted into electrical signal. These electrical converted pulses are passed through the telephone link or telephone line. With the help of telephone exchange, these electrical pulses containing the verbal information is given to the distant subscriber, and at that particular place these current pulses are again converted in the form of the acoustic sound signal. The connection between desired and distant subscriber is established through the telephone exchange. Means the link between two subscriber is established by the telephone exchange with the help of the telephone link. Friends, we are well aware that audio frequency range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz. But human voice produces only limited range of frequency between 300 Hz to 20 kHz. Dear students, try to remember 20 Hz to 20 kHz is audio frequency range. But as far as human voice frequency is considered, it is in between 300 Hz to 20 kHz. We are also aware that the unit of loudness is known as phon, which is the intensity in decibel above the reference level of 10 to 12 watt per meter square, called as threshold of hearing, internationally accepted. So that is why it is called the telephone. Phone is the unit of sound intensity in decibel, and this is internationally accepted. The frequency of sound wave is perceived as a pitch. The human ear is most sensitive to sound between 3 kHz to 4 kHz. So that's why the bandwidth of telephone communication is maintained in between 3 kHz to 4 kHz. This is the present sound which one can heard by the human ear. So that's why the bandwidth chosen for the telephone communication is in between 3 kHz to 4 kHz. Almost all the female voice contains more energy within 3 kHz to 4 kHz. Hence preferred as a telephone operator and announcer. Friends, on the aerodromes, on the railway platform, in the telephone communication operator, in the mobile communication, almost all female voice are preferred because female voice is very pleasant to hear, whose pitch, whose tone, whose frequency is going to lie within 3 kHz to 4 kHz. Friends, this is what the principle of telephone communication and the introduction associated with the telephone communication system. Dear students, here just we have started the telephone communication. We have introduced our plan, how we are going to proceed. We studied the basic definition of telephone communication system, what exactly it includes, and the principle of telephone communication system. Rest part we will see in the next period.